Okie dokie. Hi everybody, afternoon. We're going to start the class today on the mat. So come on down to the floor, grab your mat or your carpet or whatever it is that you're laying on, and just come and lay down. And let's just lengthen our spine. So you're going to have your feet and your knees in line with your sit bones. You're going to relax the ribs very much down. So there's no hiking up, there's just a softening of those ribs, okay? You can put your hands on your ribs actually, because we're going to breathe into them in a moment. And I want you guys to think about that length from the top of the head all the way down to the tailbone. So you're getting this lovely stretch in your spine. As you breathe into the rib cage, feel your rib cage expand. And as you exhale, just allow the rib cage just to soften. Okay, we're going to do that a couple times. So you're going to breathe in, your rib cage fully opens. And as you exhale, the rib cage just very much softens. So we're breathing in through the nose and out through pursed lips. Really filling that whole body with breath. And let's do one more. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Bring your arms down by the side of your body. Lightly press your arms into the floor and your shoulder blades also into the floor. Feel that connection. And we're going to go for a head nod. Now, when we do the head nod, this is very important. We're not trying to lift the head off the mat. That's not the idea. The idea is the head stays in contact with the mat, and I'm just going to gently press the back of the head away and then bring it back to neutral. So I'm lengthening the back of the head away and back to neutral. So my chin will point into the direction of my chest, but I'm not jamming it down. I'm not trying to jam my chin onto my chest. I want to have like a lot of space here. It's just that as I do that head nod, my chin goes in that direction, but there's space. So then you're just getting this lovely stretch through the neck extensors. And you're getting that lovely feeling of stretching those tight muscles, but without forcing anything. Notice as well when you're doing this that your rib cage doesn't pop up. So when you do the head nod, this stays soft. It doesn't lift up into the air. Okay, let's start with the head nod. And that's going to initiate the movement to come up into flexion. And then we come back down. So doing the head nod is a really good way of us getting our spine stretching. That's what's really important. Because if we just think, right, I'm going to lift to go forwards, we end up bunching. So if I lengthen, I'm getting that feeling of stretching away first. And I continue that length in my spine. So I want you guys just to think about lengthening the back of the head, scooping the belly, reaching forwards, and coming down. You're going to keep your pelvis really still. It's not going to move. So you're not going to move you're not going to squeeze your bottom, and you're not going to push your back into the floor or try to curl the tailbone under. So you're flattening your belly and you're just sliding your rib cage towards your hips, and your shoulder blades will come off of the floor and the belly flattens. That's important. Let's do one more. Okay, when we get to the bottom, we're going to make sure that we're in neutral spine. So you've got a little cup of coffee resting on the pubic bone and a little bit of a gap underneath the lower back. Okay, we maintain that feeling as we lift one leg to tabletop, and then we gently place it down. Then we lift the other leg up and place it down. When you're doing this, really bring in awareness to what your pelvis is doing. So what we don't want is to push into the spine. We want to keep this nice and level. Yeah, so that little space underneath your back stays the same. And if you had a little cup of coffee, a little cup of espresso, just there. Ooh, I could just go for an espresso. It's just there on the pubic bone, and it's not going to move. That's what we're looking for. And then that little teeny tiny biscuit that goes with our cup of coffee is not getting squished. Okay, and the shoulder girdle is engaged. You're reaching your fingertips towards the ankles. Let's go for one more of these. So remember, you're not pulling the leg in. You're just floating that leg above the hip. Place it down. Really nice. Okay, let's go for some mobility. Inhale as you lift the arms up overhead, but not too far, because you don't want the elbows to bend and you don't want the ribs and shoulders to flare up. Exhale, circle round. Inhale to lift and exhale to circle. And you're going to really relax those shoulders. Okay, so you're going to keep that feeling that you're drawing your shoulders away from your ears. So the further overhead my arms go, the more I'm thinking of pulling my shoulder blades down, not into the mat, but down towards my hips. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, circle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, circle. And it's a nice movement. It feels quite nice. We're just thinking about connection. And then you're going to finish with your arms above your chest. So now we're going to retract the scapula. So that means I'm going to gently draw my shoulder blades slightly together and they pull down my back. And then I release them. I'm going to draw the shoulder blades slightly together and down my back. And then I release them. We're going to keep going like that. So really focus on relaxing your shoulders. And you're not trying to pull your shoulder blades into the mat. You're not trying to pull them back, but they're coming down. They're coming slightly in together and down. So we're bringing awareness to the scapula. So that's the scapular retraction. Let's go for a protraction. So this one, you're going to widen the shoulder blades and then bring them together. So don't move your arms. It's not about the arms. It's coming from the shoulder blades. So you widen the shoulder blades and then you release. It's a very subtle movement and you should feel a little flicker around the shoulder blade area, okay? So it should feel like, imagine if somebody put their hands in between your shoulder blades and pulled them apart. That's kind of the feeling that you want to have. So you can feel that expansion of the shoulder blades. It's sort of like your armpits widening. Let's do one more. And then turn your palms to face the floor and come up into flexion as you do that. Reaching the fingertips towards the ankles. Shoulder blades off the floor, look at the legs. Scoop the belly in. If it feels too much on your neck, put your head back on the floor. As we go into the hundreds, and we're going to do 5 little breaths in and 5 little breaths out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now these arms are really strong and you're using the muscles around the shoulder girdle, underneath the armpits, to really control the movement. Okay, this was designed as a warm-up exercise, so we should be feeling warmer. We're drawing the tummy in, we're lifting up, we're in flexion, the pelvis doesn't move, and the arms are really strong, and we must keep on breathing. Keep it going, guys. Reach those arms forwards. That's awesome. Keep looking towards the legs. Scoop your belly in. And stay. Then we roll down. Okay. From there, bring your knees and feet together. You're going to take your knees across to one side, both feet in one sock, and soften the rib down. Don't go into a hyperextension. Smooth it into the mat. Bring it back to the center. Let's go the other way. So we're going to go exhale across and inhale back to the center. Exhale across to the side. Inhale back to the center. Let's keep going like that, and let's just make sure that we're not letting our body sort of hike up, okay? We're keeping the shoulder blades pinned to the floor. And I don't mean like jam them down, cause stress, but you have got that lovely connection. And you're getting that feeling of reaching the legs one way as the shoulder, as the chest and rib cage anchor down in that opposite direction. And then as we do more, we might start to feel like we're improving our mobility. Never force anything, guys, okay? If it feels good to go further and you can do it well, keeping good technique, do it. But if you're just trying to go further because you think you need to go bigger, but you compromise the technique, there's no point doing it. So remember with Pilates, it's never about how big the movement is. Yeah, smaller movements actually do more. We want to be connected. That is what's important. This is our last one. And that should feel super duper nice. Okay, take your arms out to the side. Let your knees go across to one side, keep them there. Try not to sort of shuffle around, just stay where you are. Look behind you. Lift that arm up and over, close the door. Then circle and trace the floor above your head. Keep your ear sort of by your arm as you go out to the other side. And we're going to keep that going. We're going to exhale over, close, and inhale to open, and draw your rib cage down into the floor. So what we're looking for here, a common mistake I see happen all the time, is people just do this with their arm. And the arm's going over like that, but this is all hiked up. You've got to get the rib cage down. So the aim is not to get the arm on the floor. The aim is to get the rib cage, the shoulder blades, to come down onto the floor. And of course, you're keeping those knees pointing in that opposite direction. Let us just do one more. Over we go. And reach. Lovely. And then bring the legs back into the center and take them the other way. So again, now we're looking towards the back arm. We're going to go exhale across, close the door. Inhale, open. Now you'll see what I mean here. The rib cage has to come down. This is what we would want to happen. What I see quite a lot is this. Yeah, and I've just arched up and I'm just hanging off my shoulder joint. I have to get the ribs, the shoulder blades down on the floor, okay? Even if your arm doesn't fully touch the floor, it doesn't matter. It might hover like that, but the rib cage is down. And you're going to be thinking about your pelvis pretty much staying stacked with your knees pointing in that opposite direction. That's lovely. Exhale across and inhale to open. Awesome, guys. Exhale across. Inhale, open. And we are just going to do two more, okay? Over we go. Breathing, stretching, releasing. Feel that T-spine opening. Let's do one more. And that is a gorgeous rotation, stretch for the body. That's lovely. Okay, bring the legs back in. All right, guys, well done. I want you to think about now, everything being in alignment, arms down by the side of the body. Let's go for a shoulder bridge. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, draw your pubic bone to your belly button, squeeze your bottom and lift. Remember, the bottom needs to squeeze so the pelvis is higher than the rib cage and the knees stay close together. From there, I want you guys to lift. Oops, lift very gently one heel. Place it down. Now lift the other heel. Place it down. Continue. Flatten your tummy, engage your core, and make sure that your ribs are not popping up because you don't want the back to collapse or go into an arch. So your bottom is really working. Your glutes are really having to work quite hard right now. Again, watch the knees aren't flaring out. Keep them quite close together. Flatten in this low panel, keeping your back really supported. Use your shoulder girdle, press the shoulder blades into the floor, lightly press the arms into the floor. Make sure your head is not tipping back. So all these things to consider. Okay, and then we're going to roll down. Make sure the heels are on the floor as you're rolling down through the spine. We're going to do that again, guys. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll up. Keep it there, shoulders girdle engaged, tummy in. This time, both heels. Now what I'm looking for here is when the heels come down, that we don't lose the height of the pelvis. So we don't go down like this. It's not there. It's keep the hips lifted. That's the challenge, and that's when you're working your glutes. And when you're doing a lot of sitting, which I'm sure most of us are doing more of that in lockdown, the glutes get really lazy, so we want to give them this workout. We want them to be strong and functional and supporting you. Flatten the tummy. Do a couple more, guys. Pressing to those shoulder blades. And then scoop and roll down. Well done. Gently draw one knee in. And then the other, and just do like a little bit of a circle. That feels nice. Yeah, that feels really good. And the other way. Oh, okay. So lift your head and shoulders towards your knees. Gently rock. I'm not trying to do this. It's just kind of happening. Yeah. And I'm just getting that nice stretch through my spine. And then coming up. Okay, well done. Roll onto your tummy. Okay, so let's take the arms out straight, but let's not let the shoulders hunch up by the ears. So shoulders pull away from the ears. You could bend the elbows a little bit if you're struggling to take the arms out straight. Your legs are going to be very straight as well. You're going to very much lift your tummy. So have your tummy muscles pulling up away from the floor. Squeeze your bottom. Engage the shoulder girdle and think long arms and legs are reaching away, but they're also connecting in towards the body. Okay? So I want you guys to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to lift one arm and the opposite leg. And then you place it down. And then we go the other side. Now, what needs to happen when we're doing this is your belly has to be pulling in. That's just so key to this. You mustn't let your belly relax onto the floor. Keep lifting. You've got to squeeze your bottom. And when you lift the leg, what I see all the time is people doing that and just bending their knee up. And we get this, yeah? You've got to squeeze the thigh so the leg is straight And you're moving from the hip, not the knee. Yeah, that's important. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep lifting your belly button, so only your pubic bone is touching. Now, if this is hurting your back, that's because you're doing this. And you're sort of pushing into the back to do it. Don't use your lower back to lever off. The lower back doesn't move, it's stabilized, okay? And it's not about lifting it really high. And do you know what? Even if you didn't actually lift the arm and leg, but you were thinking about doing it, that will do more for you than just lifting it and getting it, you know, and compensating. So it doesn't have to be that you even actually lift it off the floor. You could be thinking about it, and that's going to get the right muscles working. Let's just do one more on each side. Reach away and reach away. Okay, well done. Bring your hands together. One hand on top of the other and put your forehead in your hands. Okay. Bring the legs quite close together, guys, okay? So squeeze bottom, pubic bone on the floor, relax the armpits down to the floor, okay, and lengthen the legs away. As you breathe out, you're going to gently bend one leg and bring the heel to the bottom. Inhale away. Exhale, the other leg bends in. Inhale away. Now, when you're doing this, guys, watch that when you pick the foot up, that you don't do this and lift the hip and arch the back, yeah? Because very often what happens is this, yeah? And it's just that's creating more of the same problem that we have. So we have to think, actually, I've got to lengthen my knee away from my head, squeeze my bottom, and keep my thigh, my hip flexor, my thigh on the mat. Breathe out to bring the leg in, and then breathe in to lengthen the leg away. Exhale, draw the leg in. Inhale away. Exhale, draw the leg in. Inhale away. Let's do a couple more. And relax. Well done. Okay, guys, come on up. Come into a little bit of a shell stretch. Just stretch it out there. Lovely. Okay, come round to the side. I just heard my door go. That was a bit weird. One thing I've loved about lockdown is that you don't get visitors. Quite enjoyed that. Okay, hand by the knee. Okay, so we're here. And we're going to go into that nice side stretch. You're going to scoop up through here, and you're going to draw your armpit into your body. Let's go hand by the head today, and let's keep the knees and feet together, okay? So we're going to come up and make a side bend. So I'm lifting, I'm not like down here, I'm up, 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 up. That's pulling in through here. That's drawing in, I'm really connected. And I'm going to keep those muscles switched on as I come down. Okay, let's do that again. Let's do an inhale as we lift up. And then an exhale to lower down with control. And again, take a breath in to rise. And a breath out to lower down, controlling it down. Couple more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, lift it up and away. And exhale, down. Super. Let's change to the other side. So, hands and knees on the same level. Drawing in through here, drawing down through the armpits. Okay, guys, are you ready? Remember, it's all about that lift. Inhale to lift it up. And exhale to control it down. Go again. Big inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower with control. And again, breath in to rise. Breath out to come down. And give me one more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Okay, awesome. Come and sit on your bottom. Okay, bend the knees just out in front of you. And we're going to take the arms in front and we're going to do a little bow and arrow. Now my pelvis hasn't moved and I'm not leaning or anything. I've got vertical lumbar. I'm just bow and arrow one way, bow and arrow the other. And I want you guys to think about height. So you're stretching from the crown of the head all the way to the ceiling. Try not to think of it as the elbow that's pulling, because otherwise we end up with a weird, like just an arm pull. And it's really about that spine. So open your chest, get the expansion. Engage your core, so feel like you've got your waistband drawing in around you, and that's what's giving you lots of lovely support. You're not leaning back, you're just staying upright. Yes, there's no leaning back here. We're just very upright. Inhale, exhale, inhale. It's okay if your feet come up like this. As long as your heels are on the floor, that's what matters, okay? Don't worry. I mean, I've got flexible feet and that feels good for me to do that, but if your toes are a little bit lifted, then that is absolutely fine. Let's do a couple more. Make the postural muscles work. It's easy to do this. Oh, I'm a bit tired now. I'm just going to do that. We've got to make them work. If we actually want to feel good in the long term, we've got to make those muscles work. One more each side. And then from there, we are going to roll down through the sacrum, roll, 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 and come down to the floor. Okay. Lift one leg to tabletop. You've got your knee in line with your hip, and we're going to do a little hip circle. We go circle, stop, circle, stop, and we're just moving the femur around in the hip and ball socket. We're not changing the angle of the knee. It's just one circle and stop, and the pelvis doesn't move. So it doesn't matter. It's definitely not about this leg going big. You want this leg to go smaller is better. You get more out of it. Sacrum doesn't move. The other leg doesn't move, and we're engaging the core. Let's change the direction. Circle, stop. Circle, stop. Pulling in your tummy, as in, I don't mean pull in like tense, just gently draw in. Easy circle. Make sure your shoulder blade is engaged. Your arms are lightly pressing into the floor. We're going to do one more. And relax. Okay, awesome. Lift the other leg. And we go. Circle, stop. Circle, stop. So that knee stays at that angle, okay? All about small but very controlled movements. Are your shoulder blades drawing into your back pockets? Is your rib cage soft? Can we now change the direction? Is that other leg staying really still? All these things we want to be thinking about. Lovely. Really nice. Let's just do a couple more. And relax, put the foot down and just slide one leg forwards and back. And then the other side, it's just really nice to get that hip just stretching. Remember, they don't like flop. Yeah, the rib cage doesn't move, the pelvis stays in neutral. The further out that leg goes, the more you have to work on not letting the pelvis move. So although I'm stretching that leg away, I'm anchoring it back in. My torso stays very much connected. Let's do one more. Perfect. Okay, come up to 4-point kneeling. We're going to do a bit of a back extension from the 4-point kneeling position, okay? So you're going to be here. And I want you guys to extend your spine, but remember, there's a difference between extending it and collapsing it, yeah? So I want you just to think, tummy in, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and shine your chest forwards. So as my chest shines forwards, and I'm not trying to strain like this in my neck, as my chest shines forwards and my shoulders pull back, my tailbone's also being pulled back in the opposite direction. And my belly is pulling in. So I've gone from here, 4-point kneeling, to a stretch where the shoulders draw down and back towards my hips. My chest is lifted, my tummy is pulling in. Stay in this extension as you take one arm forwards and try not to compromise the position. Place it down on the floor. Make sure you didn't have to massively adjust. Change to the other arm. So we're doing this in a big extension with the shoulders away from the ears, the tailbone back, the tummy lifting. And even as I take my arm forwards, I'm pulling my shoulder blade into my body. Should we add a breath to that? Let's do an exhale as we lift. Inhale down. Exhale away. Inhale down. Keep connection through the tummy muscles. Keep that lovely feeling of extending the spine. Tailbone pulling back one way, chest going the other. And we're going to do one more on each side. And then go back onto your heels. Let your tailbone just sink down. Let your forehead rest onto the floor. And just release any pressure that builds up there. Okay, lovely guys, well done. Come up onto your knees. Okay, come up onto your knees. And you're going to put your hands behind your head. You could go here if you can't do that. When you put your hands behind your head, don't just sort of do this with the fingers. That's not really doing anything. That, one hand on top of the other, right? There. Pull your head into your hands. Draw the shoulders down. Okay. One leg goes out to the side, and that in itself, just doing that, makes you use your core. So bring it back in, same leg. And you can feel that I've had to use this to do that. Let's place it back in, and let's do it one more time. Then you're going to check that your hip is over your knee. You're going to go into a reach away here, and gently bring it back up, okay? Reach it away into a side bend, so I'm pulling up through the obliques, and lifting. So these side ribs are very much lifting up into the air, to the ceiling, with my hand on top of the other one, not ending up there. If you couldn't do that, obviously, then you're here, or genie in a bottle. Okay, lift the side rib. Make sure we're not collapsing, we're up. And we're pushing our head into our hands. Do that all the time. Push your head into your hands. And it gives you connection. Okay, let's try the other side. So, first of all, without compensating over, stay lifted, she says. Take the leg out to the side. Okay, so you've used your core to do that. Then you're going to go over and lift. Now, sometimes people go, oh, I'm getting cramp here. It's not cramp, it's muscle fatigue, okay? We're going to lift the side rib up and over. And then back up. Keep pushing your head into your hands, guys. You'll feel that difference. It will feel nice. When there, it's gonna hurt. Pull the head in. And then I've got more room to breathe as well when I do that. And lift. And keep lifting up through here. Let's add an in-breath as we go over to the side. Breath in. And breath out. And it's not, I'm not trying to collapse down to the floor. I'm trying to lift up. Keep pushing your head into your hands. Let's do one more. Over we go. Lift. Lovely. And coming up. Beautiful. Bring the knee back in. Let the arms just hang and just do a few lovely little easy shoulder rolls. Okay. So stay there, don't move. I'm just going to adjust my screen. Okay. We're going to do some standing up without using the hands. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go into dumb waiter. Dumb waiter's here. Your elbows are in, shoulders are down, your palms are open. We're going to keep the arms like that. We're going to step. We've got 2 plates of vol au vents or something in our hands. Is that very 80s, vol au vents? And then we step up. Okay? We've still got the vol au vents in the hands. Then we're going to come down. We haven't dropped any. And back. So now the vol au vents have been replaced by flutes of champagne. Imagine there are 2 trays with flutes of champagne. All it takes is like a little thing like that and they've gone everywhere. So we're going to really think about stability. Let's lead with the other leg this time. Have we still got them or have they crashed onto the floor? Step down. Step down. So we're going to keep doing this, yeah? But it's about control, right? It's control. We're using our core to lift us. Control, control. And if every time you get up and down off of the floor like this, I mean, you haven't got to hold your hands like that, but if you don't use your hands to help you and push off something and steady yourself to get up, your core has to work. And again, coming up. This is the last one. We're going to stay at the floor now. And we're just going to do a bit of dumb waiter. So, elbows are at the side of the body. Don't do this. Don't do this. Big gap, no gaps. Keep the elbows in close. Obviously, don't do that. Shoulders down, chest open. Feel that connection in the upper mid back as you squeeze your arm into the side of your body. And you've got those 2 trays of champagne resting on your forearms. Let's do one more. And then release. And then just go into a little bit of a side, easy, fluid, scarecrow. Keep the pelvis nice and level. Don't force anything, just let it flow. Just let it flow. Couple more times. And then sit on your bottom. Okay. So here, we're going to go into the seal. Hold on to your ankles. Push your arms into your legs and your legs into your arms. Sole the feet together, look at your feet or the diamond. Do 3 taps, roll back to the shoulders and up, 3 taps. Scoop the belly, roll through the lumbar. Then you can add 3 taps at the top and 3 taps at the bottom. Yeah? So relax the shoulders. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Try not to do any hunching. Shoulder blades down, but there's no tension in the body whatsoever, okay? Last time, guys, keep pushing the elbows or the arms into the legs and the legs into the arms. And relax. Okay, roll it down. Okay, just come back to where we started. So we've got feet and knees in line with the sit bones. We're lengthening from the top of the head to the tailbone, stretching the spine away. Ribs are down, pelvis is in neutral. Put your hands on your rib cage and breathe into the ribs. Should feel really nice. Just do a couple of really big, deep breaths. Remember, the word is deep. It's not breathing right up into here. Get down, get low with that breath. Really start to improve the capacity of your lungs. Yeah, the deeper we breathe and the slower we breathe, and the more we focus on our breathing techniques, the better our lungs improve, basically. Let's put it that way. Yeah, and we want our lungs to be good. We want to be able to breathe. Breathing helps life, believe it or not. Let's do another one. And then just with that nice, slow, easy breath, just carry on breathing easy. Just draw a little circle with your head. One way. And then the other. And then relax. And then just bring your knees into your chest. Hug them in. Just do some little circles. One way, then the other. And then just rock yourself up. Rock yourself up and rock yourself out. Yeah? Okay, guitar. I don't know where that came from. Take a nice big breath in, guys. And a breath out. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And please give yourselves a round of applause and well done on attending another class. You guys are killing it. Have a great afternoon. See you next time.